Hey y'all, Chef Dave here. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make some sandwich bread. We have 722 grams of all-purpose flour. We have 226 grams of whole milk. I have 226 grams to 304 grams of hot water. It depends on the humidity of the day. It's pretty humid today, so I'm not going to put it all in. I'm going to hold some of it back to see if I need it later. I have 114 grams of melted unsalted butter. I have 50 grams of granulated sugar. 2.5 teaspoons of fine sea salt. I told you it was humid. My salt got stuck. And then I have 4 teaspoons of instant yeast. You can use the packages. You'll need 2 packages if you're using the active dry yeast. So we're going to put all our ingredients in the bowl, and then we're going to use the dough hook and start mixing it together. Okay, so I've got my dough hook on my stand mixer. I'm just going to turn it on low so that it doesn't sling everything out of the bowl and it starts to incorporate the flour with the liquids. I'll use a spatula to scrape the sides of the bowl down. Make sure it all gets incorporated real good. And we'll keep going. Okay, my dough looks pretty dry, so I'm going to check it. Yeah, it's pretty dry. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the hot water to it. Just a couple of tablespoons. And let it go some more. Okay, that looks a whole lot better. It's incorporated all the flour. It's cleaning the sides of the bowl, and it feels a little bit more moist, but not sticky. So I'm going to knead this on a little bit higher level for about 6 minutes. All right. That looks pretty smooth and elastic. It feels good. The dough is ready to be turned out into the bowl. Okay, I've got a bowl here slightly oiled. Let me get my dough hook out of the dough here. I'm going to take my dough and turn it out into this bowl. Just like that. I'm going to spray the top with a little veg oil so it doesn't stick to the plastic wrap that I'm going to put on top of it. Just like that. I'm going to put this in the oven with just the light on, no heat, and I'm going to let it ferment for about 2 hours until it doubles in size. As you can see, my dough has doubled in size. So now I'm going to take it out and portion it and put it into the loaf pans. Okay, I'm going to lightly oil my surface with some vegetable spray. I'm going to take my dough out, turn it out on to the vegetable spray, and I'm going to gently deflate it. It's a really good feeling dough. Okay, I'm going to let that rest for just a minute. I'm going to take my handy dandy bench scraper. I'm going to mark my dough. I'll try to cut it in half. May not be exact, but it'll be close enough. So I got 2 different pieces now. I'm going to roll these pieces up into a log. Kind of tuck it under. I'm going to make it about 8 inches. That's pretty close right there. I've got a buttered loaf pan. I'm going to put my bread in there. Squish it down to where it fits into the corners. You want to make sure there's no seams on top or you'll have a blowout. So just like that, I'm going to let it rise again. Take this one. Make sure all the seams are on the bottom. Create some surface tension. Put it in your loaf pan. Squish it into the corners. These loaf pans I buttered. Just grab some softened butter and rub it all over the pan. So I'm going to put these two back in the oven with just the light on and let them come to about right above the edge, the lip of the pan. So my bread is proofed in the loaf pans. My oven is on, waiting on 350. And then the magic happens. Okay, my timer is going off. It's been 30 minutes. I'm going to pull the bread out and check for doneness. Okay, bread looks beautiful. I'm going to use my Thermapen 1 to check for doneness. I should read 190 at least. We're at 192. Comes out clean. That means it's done. I'm going to let this bread sit here for about 5 minutes, then I'm going to brush it with melted butter. Okay, I'm going to brush these with melted butter. It's going to make the tops soft. So when you don't have crunchy edges on the crust. The tops get the hardest because they're not covered by anything. The sides and the bottom have a little bit of steam built up when they're cooking, so they don't get as hard as the tops. And nothing's better than butter anyway, except for maybe bacon. Bacon flavored butter, that would be awesome. Anyway, so now we're going to turn these out onto our cooling rack so that they don't get soggy, because there is steam still in there. So turn him out. Bloop. Turn him over. Turn him out. Turn him over. And we're going to let those cool until they are completely cool. I know it's tempting to eat it while it's warm, but if you let it cool all the way, it will cut better, slice better, it will hold together better. It just won't be warm. Okay, it's been a couple of hours. I've let my bread cool down to room temperature. Now it's time to slice it. I got my cutting board. Make sure you always have a wet towel under your board so that it doesn't slide. I'm going to use a serrated knife with my bread because you want to use a serrated knife with anything that's soft that could tear or push, you know, with a traditional chef knife. So we're going to cut this. Look at that, beautiful crumb. Nice texture. I'm going to have to taste. That's a good white bread right there. Good sandwich bread. I hope you enjoyed the sandwich bread video. I love bread. It's one of my things I love to cook and really love to eat. If you want it warm, just put a little butter on it, drop it in the microwave for like 10 seconds, and it'll be just like it came out of the oven. If you really want a treat, put a little salt on it, add a little kosher salt to it, and try that. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this adventure that we're having in the kitchen. I hope you learned something. I hope you're having fun. Please like and subscribe. There's more to come. Thank y'all. We'll see you later. Bye. Hope you